because I set the voxel size way too small when I was remeshing. The recovered file, though, has that remesh, and I don't believe I have anything in the undo queue. I don't. So I've sort of lost that all. It's not a big deal. It's just a little bit of a pain to come in here and sort of sort that out. As you can see, I'm sort of getting used to the navigation hotkeys. Keep pressing the wrong thing. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, I'm going to pop back over to here. My Blender keeps opening up on my second monitor over here, and I need it over here with you guys. So I'm just going to do a quick little Google for Blender open on second monitor, right? Hold on, shift and click drag with left mouse button. All right, do the trick if you use that in the top right. Yeah, no, that's... There you go. How do you make Blender start up on the correct monitor? Let's check this out. An OS problem? Yeah, don't know. Don't know about that. NView properties. Yeah, okay, let's try that. Why not? I've very rarely, if ever, in my decades-long history ever used the NVIDIA tools. So it's the first time for everything. Let's. I've occasionally popped into NVIDIA's control panel for this thing or that, but never. I don't use it often. So I'm just opening up NVIDIA's control panel. And it's not opening. There we go. All right, so where are you telling me to go? NV properties. Maybe I clicked on the wrong thing here. Desktop. Let's see. So, multi-monitor setup. Oh yeah, let's come over here. Set up multiple displays. Actually, this is not really telling me application. Use NView properties, application set programs, start up on multiple monitor setups. What does that mean? Does it mean that I can... you know what? I'll sort it out later. It's not a huge deal. Right click, desktop, NView properties. Go to, here's what I'm at. Okay, go move Blender to the monitor of choice, go to the file menu and select save startup file. There we go. That's what I'm after. Okay. File. Where did it say to go again? Save startup file. I'm staring right at it. Hey. And okay. There you go. Let's give that a go. Yeah, I'll save that for a sec. I just want to see if it opens up in the right monitor. 12:47. Only have a few minutes. Yes, works. There you go. Perfect. It's the simple things in life that make me smile. All right, so that's cool. So I'm just going to come in here and make a few small adjustments. Oh, the hotkeys are driving me batshit crazy. All right, so I'm bring that radius down. We're still in the snake hook tool. Boy, I could really use like the snipping and cutting, the trim curve and the split curve and all that stuff that ZBrush has. That's all right. Let's just jam this back. Not a big deal. And then let's see if we can smooth this guy out. This is total old school. Old school way of doing it. So yeah, inside of ZBrush, there is a tool that allow me to just sort of lasso select the webbing and then just delete it and then close holes. Right. That's all right. Not really a criticism of Blender. That's just more talking to you guys about how I would do this inside of ZBrush. That's good enough. I'm not after anything perfect at the moment. navigational hotkeys are driving me crazy. But again, I'm a fan of just maintaining using software's native hotkeys. I may change my mind just because it is driving me a little bit crazy. All right, so the other thing I want to deal with right before I get into detailing, because I'm almost there, is just the crook of the hand, right? So when I was designing the pose, I was looking at that curve, but it doesn't really portray strength for me at this moment, right? So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to go back to, woohoo, my new favorite tool. And we're going to come up here, make sure I get the ray cast correct. There. That's cool. Let's see if we can bring it down this way. It's a bit of a stronger pose. So I'm doing it because I want to figure out what the angle is. Would you angle is like the open hand, or is it like this? Or I think it'd be, yeah, I think it'd be more palm forward, I think. Let's try it. Let's try that pose. Holy crap, is this cool. I love it. Yeah, that feels like that's what it should be doing for me. I'm going to fix up that thumb a little bit. I'm not worried about the geometry moving outside the radius of influence for this. That's cool. It's all right. Like I said, this is just a block out at the moment. I don't know if I like the right-click radius thing. It's just not. It looks blobby. Yeah, that's all right. So let's get some bend in the fingers as well while we're here. A little bit of a splay in the fingers. And I think I want to do my finger group in a little bit. Yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. Okay, that's cool. And we did get enough sort of resolution from the voxel tessellation thing. So I think I'm confident with being able to build this out now. Yeah, that webbing will be an issue. The webbing is usually an issue because as you go through and move and smooth, the smoothing will try to relax the polygons into webbing across again. So it's just sort of frustrating. So I want to see if Blender can do this, what I used to do, is just move the polygons into the position and then remesh it. And then hopefully it just traces over naturally using the silhouette that I've established for it, right? Just fixing up the fingers just a little bit, and I think maybe we'll move that off to the side just a little. There you go. Something like that, right? That's cool. It's really feeling like a punch to me, guys. All right, I'm going to save that off and get ready for my session at 1. Just wanted to pop in here and catch you guys up a little bit. I'm going to save this off as Blender 6. Is there a way of saving iterative files in Blender automatically? Like a save incremental thing? I think I will investigate that. One of the things that I've forgotten about, which is just another reason to enjoy the Blender experience, is that it is open source and that people are writing custom plugins and add-ons for it. I realized that when I was looking through the settings, and there was an option, there was a separate settings menu just for add-ons. That's worth exploring. There's a lot of stuff in there. I'm sure they go through some sort of internal QA process, so by the time they're embedded in sort of the out-of-the-box version of Blender, that they've been vetted to a certain degree. So that's kind of interesting. All right, so now it's the fun stuff, and the stuff that won't really necessarily involve technically understanding Blender because I'm going to go in and start detailing using the sculpting brushes. So that should be fairly straightforward. This is an opportunity for me to more familiarize myself with the Dyntopo and the remeshing functions. I also want to see if there is a topological symmetry. There must be, right? So I'm going to explore that a little bit later. Hi, what are we sculpting today? Oh yeah, okay. So I think it's the Hulk. I think. But I'm just sort of figuring out. I might change my mind mid-sculpt, but I like the pose, and I'm going for sort of more cartoon proportions, right? And I just sort of wanted to explore it. I'll show you what I was inspired by. Much as I'm loath to show 2D artwork from anybody other than myself, because it's just a reinforcement that I still can't draw. But Joseph Madura, you always got to sell. I think it's Madura, although it says quanchang.com. It might be a different artist. But I'm inspired by this, right? So I want to kind of replicate that. In fact, it's good to have this up because I realized I could do with making the head a bit smaller and flare out the latissimus dorsi muscle right here. Get that flared out and really go to town with the forearms, I think. The legs I haven't quite nailed. I'd like to get that thick, chunky tree trunk leg thing. But yeah, definitely. I'm going to make the head smaller. Yeah, I was going to do that now, but I'll tell you what. I got 5 minutes to go. And I'm getting distracted. So I will, let's close out of that because I've saved it. And then we'll pick up a little bit later.